this is something that has happened at multiple stages within my business career. And it's extended seasons of saying no. And so, if we define focus as the quality and quantity of things that you turn down or say no to, then to be the most focused person, you would literally do nothing but one thing. And so, if I am a very focused, drinker of fluids, I would continue to drink fluids at all hours of the day. I would stay awake. I would do nothing but drink fluids. And so I hear many of you say that you want to focus more, but you haven't really even defined what it is. And so you think it's going to be about like trying harder to look at your screen when most of focus is actually the active removal of things that drain attention. And so what happens is kind of like value is created by removing all friction. Focus is created by removing all distraction. And so you like the most focused people, it's not that they have willpower that you lack, it's just that they have removed the distractions that you have. And so I remember this talk with a friend of mine who's an Olympic coach, and he was saying the difference between people who win the gold medal and kind of the other competitors, people look at them and say, I wonder what they have that I don't. But more often it's what do I have that they lack? And so in those instances, it's typically an off switch, but it's also what are the things that I'm doing with my time that they aren't? And so fundamentally, it's not even that they're getting a higher return for the time they're putting in, they're just simply putting in more time. And what feels incomprehensible for you is that you could put more time into whatever you're trying to pursue right now, but you can by removing things. And so the reason that this has been top of mind for me is that the big growth periods that I've had in my life in terms of finances have typically followed or at least happened concurrently with periods, extended periods of what I call seasons of no. And what's interesting is that I'm sure this has been studied in research, but we know that people are significantly less effective when they try to do multiple things. So multitasking, you're significantly less effective when it comes to output per unit of time. You switch back and forth and it kills your efficiency by like 75%. And so if we consider our leverage as the difference between what we get for what we put in, then skill is a great lever on work. Meaning, and if work we define as output, then the more skilled person for the time they put in will have more output. So skill equals leverage, work equals output. The more skill you have, the more output you get. And so if you can get more output, then it means that choosing to do fewer things is in and of itself a skill. And I think I bring this up because some of you are like, man, I'm not that focused. But the thing is that the focus isn't a trait, it's an action. And you can do this on a repeated basis so that you can become more focused by simply exercising focus. That means choosing to make unmade decisions so that you can resolve them, knowing that they may be imperfect, but you have the ability to course correct along the way. There are very few decisions in business that are truly irreversible, and especially when you're starting out, because the stakes are so low. And so you're not making bets that are so big. And so to the point I was making earlier, the biggest periods of growth in my life have occurred when I committed wholeheartedly to periods where I would do nothing else.